Light Turner, a high school student, stumbles upon a deadly notebook that grants him the power to kill, sparking a secret mission to cleanse the world of criminals. Get ready to relive the adventure as we recap the story of horror and drama filmed today. Death Note, production, year 2017. The story begins with a boy named Light at his school, where he witnesses sudden weather changes as strong winds blow and a mysterious notebook falls from the sky. Light picks up the notebook and examines it closely, discovering that it is no ordinary notebook, but an ancient and enigmatic one. Soon after, it begins to rain, and Light notices a mischievous student bullying another. He intervenes to stop the bully, but the boy retaliates by punching Light, causing him to fall to the ground. As he falls, papers spill out of his bag, revealing that Light has been helping other students with their homework. This leads to him being sent to the principal's office as punishment. Light is isolated in a room as part of his punishment. While sitting alone, he remembers the mysterious notebook and begins to read it. He quickly realizes that it is no ordinary notebook. It is filled with rules and instructions. As he flips through the pages, strange things start to happen. During his examination of the notebook, he notices a strange creature with a sinister and malevolent presence, its body covered in sharp edges. Terrified, Light eventually understands that this creature is a Shinigami, death spirit, the true owner of the notebook. The Shinigami explains the reality of the notebook to Light. It contains special pages called Death Notes, and whoever possesses the notebook becomes its owner. The most important rule is that anyone whose name is written in the Death Note will die. The owner can also specify the manner of death, but they must follow certain rules. Initially skeptical, Light is told by the Shinigami that he must write at least one name in the notebook within 7 days, or the ownership will transfer to someone else. The owner must also have the person's face and real name in mind when writing it. Light, still unsure, looks out the window and sees the same bully who had punched him earlier, still tormenting others. Deciding to test the notebook, Light writes the bully's name and specifies that he will die by having his head crushed. Moments later, a car accident occurs outside, and the bully is killed exactly as Light had written. Shocked and frightened, Light begins to believe in the power of the Death Note. The Shinigami tells Light that he can do many things with the notebook, but offers to transfer ownership to someone else if Light no longer wants it. However, Light decides to keep it. Later, Light returns home, where his father, a detective, is seen. It is revealed that Light's mother was killed by a criminal years ago, but the criminal was never caught due to lack of evidence. This has strained the relationship between Light and his father. Filled with anger, Light confronts his father, accusing him of failing to avenge his mother's death. Light then decides to use the Death Note to kill the criminal. He writes the criminal's name in the notebook, and shortly after, the criminal dies during a party. Light and his father are both satisfied, and their relationship begins to heal. Light then begins to ponder how he can use the Death Note for good. While sitting at school, he is approached by his close friend, Mia. Light confides in her, revealing the existence of the Death Note and its power. Mia is skeptical, so Light demonstrates by writing the name of a known killer in the notebook, specifying that he will die in a car crash. When the killer dies exactly as written, Mia is shocked and begins to believe in the notebook's power. Together, Light and Mia decide to use the Death Note to rid the world of evil people, including criminals and murderers. They begin compiling a list of names, using the internet to find the faces and real names of their targets. As they write the names in the notebook, the criminals begin to die one by one. Light also reveals that the owner of the notebook can control the actions of the dying person before their death. Light adopts the alias Kira and begins signing his kills with this name. News of Kira's actions spreads worldwide, with some people supporting him for eliminating evil, while others see him as a serial killer. The police begin to investigate, but with no evidence, it is difficult to identify Kira. an intelligent investigator named L is hired to solve the case. L is known for his sharp mind and for keeping his face and real name hidden. Light and Mia, satisfied with their actions, have already killed over 400 people. L publicly challenges Kira to reveal himself and begins investigating the case. He teams up with Light's father, who is also a detective, to track down Kira. Light and Mia become anxious as they realize they are under suspicion. Light asks his father about the punishment for Kira, and his father explains that half the population would demand Kira's execution, while the other half would want to understand how he did it. This increases Light's anxiety, and he suggests to Mia that they stop using the notebook. However, Mia, who enjoys the power, disagrees. L becomes a major obstacle for Light and Mia, but they cannot kill him because they do not know his real name or have seen his face, which are required to use the death note. Mia suggests writing the names of all the agents investigating Kira to intimidate them, but Light refuses, unwilling to kill innocent people. Mia reluctantly agrees. Meanwhile, L deduces that Kira can only kill people whose faces and names are known to him, often through media exposure. To avoid suspicion, Light decides to stop killing for a while. However, a shocking incident occurs when all the agents investigating Kira commit suicide by jumping off a building. Light is troubled as he did not write their names. He confronts the Shinigami, who denies responsibility, suggesting that someone else wrote the names. This incident turns public opinion against Kira, as he is now seen as a threat to everyone, not just criminals. Light's father publicly challenges Kira to kill him if he dares, further increasing the pressure on Light. Mia, in a moment of aggression, urges Light to write his father's name in the notebook, but Light refuses, horrified by the idea. L continues to investigate and becomes increasingly suspicious of Light. He confronts Light one night, revealing his face and accusing him of being Kira. Light denies it, but is left feeling the weight of L's suspicion. Mia, feeling desperate, suggests drastic action to eliminate L. Light, devises a plan to discover L's real name by using the death note to control one of L's friends, Paul. Light writes Paul's name in the notebook, forcing him to find L's real name. However, before Paul can reveal the name, the page with his name mysteriously disappears, and Paul dies. Light is devastated. Mia then reveals that she tore out the page with Paul's name and had also written the names of the agents in the notebook. She threatens Light, saying she has written his name in the notebook and that he will die at midnight unless he hands over the notebook to her. Light, realizing Mia's betrayal, writes in the notebook that Mia will die if she takes the notebook from him. In a final confrontation, L captures Light, but a Kira supporter knocks L out. Mia grabs the notebook from Light, but as she does, both of their names in the notebook take effect. Mia dies instantly, while Light falls into a river and is later found in a coma. Meanwhile, more criminals die, and people begin to suspect that Kira is still active. It is revealed that a page from the notebook, containing Light's name, was burned during the struggle, saving his life. Light had also written the names of several evil people in the notebook before falling into the water. Later, a corrupt doctor who treated Light commits suicide, and another man takes possession of the notebook, continuing Kira's work. Light eventually wakes from his coma and regains possession of the notebook, but he has learned a harsh lesson. He can no longer trust anyone. The story ends with L being terminated, but not before discovering Mia's house and finding evidence that clears Light of suspicion. Light, now fully recovered and in possession of the Death Note, vows to continue his mission, but with greater caution and distrust. And showing this story ends here. Appreciate a subscribe and please remember to like. Thanks for watching.